So with the alpha track out of the way, I can now make my way to the beta track and finally start making progress in the second LRE mission, or is it the third one? Well, doesn't matter, to be killing AdMech units. Let's have at it. So here we have beta 1. Now I believe that the most points to be had is in, that's the wrong one, what's that? Right, all ranged and all have psychic damage, which allows for Yazagor on top of all the psychers in the game. And this allows for a veritable swarm of that of summoners with Abraxas, Archimatos and Zibia, and well, for some really nice bonuses to them from Mariman. But it's the summons that are gonna do most of the work, at least in the early stages. So I'm gonna get as many drops as possible, which I kinda screwed up because now Ariman can't reach and restart Abraxas' chain, but in this stage and at this point it shouldn't really matter. In later stages, I think there will be slight problems with the Electro Priests having their silly little Electro Whip attack which chains through you. So even the heroes will be losing health from the occasional splashes. But I'm rather confident that at least until stage 12 or so, that's going to be manageable. I also should have gotten more kills with Zibia for today's daily mission, which is to be killing stuff with Xenos, but that's always doable somewhere in the campaign. And with that rambling, the beta 1 stage is complete, and I can now move on. So beta 2, once again, everybody needs to have psychic damage and everybody needs to have a ranged attack. Let's not do that. And okay, this time I will focus on getting some Xeno skills. Right, and they like to step on the decoys, the assholes. There, that will get cultist. Okay, looks like even Zibia on her own and with her friends can produce a small army eventually, as long as they don't really get killed. And I can't see a multi-kill, which is sad. No, never mind, there should be one here. Okay, now I can't see a multi-kill. But Well, at this difficulty and at this point, it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of time used to clear the stage, really, not of mental effort. There, and that should be a clear. Moving on. Alrighty, Beta 3, all psychic, all ranged. Should be easy enough. And you know what? Let's just drop the melody, boys, and call it a day. I suppose deploying enough summons so that the game plays itself is also a tactic. Maybe, perhaps. Let's call it that way. But if nothing else, it is very convenient. I think this is the last wave, isn't it? So this shouldn't take much longer. And actually, after this one, I'm going to take a quick detour because the AdMech killing mission is done and complete the Death Guard killing mission. So that will delay the beta video for a bit, which you can't really tell at this point because you're watching the beta video. But at least it will let me progress with the LRE mission chain. So be patient, or thanks for having been patient at this point. Moving on. And half a migraine for me and a blink later for you. We're back to the beta track with the stage 4 and still going for all ranged psychers. Or, well, in this case more like all ranged summoners, really. Right, the Electro Priests being resilient in the long term may prove to be a bit of a problem, but so far it shall not be one. This is probably a bit suboptimal. I could have got more summons on the first turn, I'm sure, but well, this should still be pretty much auto-clearable, so no biggie. Or no big E. Your call. Good. Very nice. I mean, as long as it works, right? Autoplay at its finest. Okay, and for the final wave. Kinda can't but help wondering who is onslaughting whom. Anyway, that's the stage done and moving on. Continuing with summoning the shit out of stage Beta 5. I think this stage was first introduced in a campaign event, wasn't it? Well, whatever. So how do I get the most summons out of this one? Something like this might work. Oh, there's wires in the way, lovely. Ariman already moved, let's do this. There. And this should be fine. Now proceed passing the turn, and eventually we will get to the end screen. Wait, is it me or were there some Black Templar units in there? And I'm not paying attention, obviously, apparently, but that's something to consider for later, I guess, when the enemies actually aren't completely squishy to me. Oh well. Yep, definitely some Black Templars there. I should probably level up Zibia one of these days, maybe for the next repeat of this event. And also for one of my Guild War teams, I suppose. It would be nice to have Diamond Gene Stealers, because they're a pain in the ass to fight. And, well, on that contemplation, this stage is cleared, so moving on. Okay, I wonder if my strat of just summon the shit out of the stage will work in Beta 6 as well. Frankly, if I were a betting man, I would say yep. So that's a bunch. That will be a bunch more. There. Not a full dozen, but it shouldn't really matter yet. Okay, Gold 1 Zibia is already suffering some pretty serious damages here. But the level 50 Mythic Screamers don't care. So far it's looking like I may lose 1 or 2 Screamers before the stage is over. However will I... what's the phrase? Oh, whatsoever will I only do, or something like that. It worked better when I originally thought that one up. Yeah. Speaking is hard at times. That's what she said! But not about speaking. Right? Right? Okay, and time for the final wave. Oh no, looks like that Gene Stealer isn't gonna survive. Psych! And that's the stage over. Lovely. Oh, and the next LRE mission is done too. Cool. So gonna turn that in and move on. And I'm back to Beta 7. And if you're asking why is he saying he's back to here, he didn't play this stage yet, well, that's because I already did play this stage, but my telephone decided it doesn't want to record it, despite me starting the app. So here I am again, miffed, and using an extra ticket on this stage. But that's fine, I'm not really in a rush to optimize everything for this LRE, because so far I do not really care about Uthar. In the meantime, the next major update launched, hit, arrived, whatever, and so far I'm liking it. The change to Onslaught is interesting. There is now a greater variety of enemies, which on one hand makes it less boring. On the other, some of the mythic journey missions that were relying on Onslaught are probably going to be more difficult, because now you don't only get basically Thermagants and Hormagants, but a mixture of everything, including spores, gene stealers, and I've seen a Tyrant Guard as well. So the Tyrannid and possibly Gene Stealer heroes are an option now, apparently. And I don't really understand the progression between the zones yet, as in what determines the map and the enemy roster, but that's fine. I'm sure I will get the hang of it eventually. But for now, it's time to finish this stage. Yeah, one more thing about the Onslaught, the extra shards are really nice. There, and that's the stage completed, and I can hopefully finally move on. Alrighty, made it to beta 8, still going for all psychic, at least all psychic damage capable, if not all psyker, and all ranged, and also a quite load of summons. Yeah, this should do. Okay, the level 50 Abraxas summons are no longer unkillable here, but I think that's fine. Can't quite supplement their number with Archimatos' summons because they still manage to clear all the enemies, so all is well, carry on. And for the final wave, will it get cleared by the summons, or will I have to actually intervene? Nope, the summons did it, so that was beta 8 I believe, and the final LRE mission is also completed, which is nice. Moving on. Alrighty, beta 9 still going for all ranged psychic damage dealers, and coincidentally a boatload of summoners. I may actually have to start playing a little bit, depending on who Miyazagor hits. Yeah. Needless to say, I don't quite understand how he prioritizes his targets with the active. So I didn't get quite as many summons as I had hoped I would. But that's not a problem. I can get more from the other characters. Assuming the other characters or the original summons don't clear out all the enemies. And I think that's what's called first Tacticus world problems. Nice, he did deal enough damage to get the overkill done. And I think the Book of Fates on Abraxas just scored a kill via a blue horror there, nice. Oh, okay, another Book of Fates proc, good. Or well, proc. Book of Fates triggering a summon attack. That might be a double. Oh, there's a cliff there that I couldn't see. Oh well. Anyway, that should be the last wave, so this is almost over again. Sure. Let's do this and this, and no need to do this. Perfect. That's the stage cleared. Staged clear. What? Stage cleared. And moving on. Straight to beta 10, and I'm still gonna stick to my all psychic damage dealers with ranged capability. I believe the ranged only limitation only really covers the Patromine with the psychic damage dealers, because I can't think of any other hero able to deal psychic damage than Patromine, who would be exclusively melee. Okay, and Yazagor is getting a little hurt here. Emotionally, mostly, but that counts too, right? Yeah, that should produce a few more screamers. And looks like the stage will be playing itself for a while, which is fine by me. There, another wave cleared. And another one. Meanwhile, Zubia is steadily producing reinforcements. Don't ask how exactly. I don't think we want to know the exact procedure, but it works. That's all we need to know. That's awkward. Well, anyway, that should be beta 10 cleared. Moving on. Welcome to beta 11, and why change something that's working rather well? So still going for all psychic damage dealers with ranged attack capability, and this should spawn a few more screamers again. There. The demons really suffer from the hex effects unless they block them, especially from the fire, from the despoiled ground, not so much because that ignores armor really and deals less base damage. Oh. And still, no matter how that's sad. No matter how exactly they die, main thing they die. Wait, I was talking about my summons. No, don't die. Don't die, demons. Stop doing that. Dying is no bueno. Now I cut them off and will probably take longer to draw all of them into the battlefield, won't it? Oh, sad. Ah, never mind, they can make their own path. So, false alarm. But looks like I will have to start playing soon. Oh, at least the summon finished that one off. There, range attack from here to recharge Ariman's active. Complicated terrain. And that should be the last wave. Make a little fire, get a few free kills, use a little Ariman's active. There. This should produce ranged attack, but no overkill. Alright, sad. But no matter. The stage is cleared. And once again, I can move on. Let there be stage beta 12, which at a point in the very distant past used to be the final stage for LREs. Alas, no more, no longer, not anymore. Those good times are gone forever, probably never to return. How do I get more? Ooh, like this. And now watch Yazagor hit the one in the south, because why not? Ah, good, he didn't. So I can continue the chain like this. Oh, and that's a bridge, so no more screamers. Sad, but I think this will do. Meanwhile, Zibia in the back will be spamming them cultists like a motherfucker! that be a double? Was that Tangida? Maybe, I can't tell. Oh my. Arch can't reach anything, that's sad. Now he can, and with some luck this might even be a double, so more demons. Very nice. This should be a kill, yes. And let's finish him off. And a few turn passes later, the final wave arrives, only to get slaughtered, I hope. Is that all of them? Could be. We shall see. Nope. Oh, wait, I missed this one. Yep, that is all of them. Lovely. And once again, moving on. Right, beta 13, and I'm still gonna go for all ranged Psychers. But I think I'm gonna put Zibia a bit further back. Can I get a nice double drop somewhere, somehow? Let's see. Yeah, I think this is gonna work nicely, provided Yazagor... Oh, never mind, there is a backup target in case Yazagor would have hit this one. So, let's do this. And I think that's all the available hexes used up. Nice! Burn! Okay, the summons don't last very long anymore, which is sad, but I can always get more. Or I could if there were any enemies left to convert into blue horrors or bloodletters. Well, at least Zibia and her baby maker are still functional. Oh, I got too many summons. Can't fit the heroes in. Problems. There's always something. Nice, a double. There. As much as I am not a fan of RNG here, I do miss the... Oh, this could be a good splash. I miss the original Black Legion trait, what's it called? That the Galaxy Burn on Archimatos. Him being able to delete up to 4 enemies in one turn was really nice. Houston, we have a problem. There is no more stuff to kill here. There, that one lone AdMech just bit the bullet. So beta 13 is done and time to move on. Alrighty, time to rerun beta 14 with the old psychic theme for the camera. I probably could have done that with the max, but I guess the phone not recording again tilted me a little bit. At any rate, this is where this lineup's run will end, because the first time I cleared this, I had, I believe, 2 casualties, if memory serves me right. So maybe one, I don't remember. I got peeved off by realizing that I wasn't recording and I forgot. Anyway, the summons will run out unpleasantly quickly, and this whole thing isn't helped by the fact that they are on the high ground. Then again, maybe by actually taking some of the high ground, I will last a little longer. Soften them up first. Good. And that should have been a double by arch. I should have attacked whatever that was on this hex. I'm tilted and making mistakes. I think I should take a break after this one. Okay, that's up close. Want to somehow score a ranged kill with Iron Man to recharge his active, and this isn't how that's gonna happen, dude. Oh well. So let's try that again. There. And there. It's great that the Book of Fates works even on completely different summons. Hopefully I will not lose Zibia like this. But I did lose all the decoys, that's unfortunate. Good, a double kill. And a triple. Okay then. Should be a kill. This should have been a kill too. Alright, let's soften them up. And the AdMech heroes arrived. Oh no, and Ro is gonna do Ro things. Great. For fuck's sake. Well, this very much isn't what happened the first time around. There. And okay, I'm screwed, but well, doesn't matter. The stage with this lineup is recorded. And as you can see, the conditions are cleared, so I'm not bullshitting you. So moving on to the further stage, but with a different theme. Alrighty, so for beta 15 I'm finally switching to a minimum 5 or however many that is hits and no psychers. It also was possible to go all ranged only, but since I was gonna do that with the psychic team and it prevents you from using Aleph, I didn't worry about it because in the long run it doesn't really save you a ticket. So sure, economy wise with the tickets it's probably better, but long term there is no real benefit to it. Gurp, 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 gurp. Very nice. Let's do that again sometime. I do have the burst cannon on Rivas, so it should be possible to recharge her active like that already. And those suppressions aren't really gonna be nice. So I need to avoid her getting hit in melee by the Electro Priest, I think. This should work. And where did Rivas lose so much HP already? They're kinda ouchy here, aren't they? Not entirely sure how I should play this really. And again, as long as Rivas and Aleph are alive, I think it will be fine, at least in the earlier stages. And yes, I just called stage 15 an earlier stage. Interesting. This looks safer now. Okay, the damage definitely significant here. There. This seems smart. Okay, the drones didn't kill that Skitarius. That's unfortunate, but the Skittle went to finish off Morgan Ra. So Rivas is uncock blocked now and could fire, which, well, is fortunate. So, and let's do something like that again. Might as well fix the drones. Okay, when I saw all of them remaining stationary and not going to Rivas to get destroyed, I was a little worried, but in the end it worked out, and this is the last wave. Ooh. So, almost done. And on a different note, seeing how this corner is high ground, I think holding here, if that was necessary, would have been the best place to do that. Come on, Electro Priests, get blapped. Yep, just like that. Okay, and at this point I think this stage should be manageable. Okay, that hurt. I don't even think that Rivas is on low ground against them. But I may be wrong. It's hard to tell whether the difference between the, I'm gonna call them blue hexes, and the white ones is a difference in level, which I assumed it was, but apparently no, only the 3 hexes all the way in the corner are elevated. Okay. Anyway, that's beta 15 done, and I think I can move on. Okay, made it to beta 16, and once again I'm gonna go for the minimum 5 hits, no Psyker team, and this one is once again going to be a Rivas and Aleph show, so I'm just gonna camp somewhere on not low ground and hope that Aleph and Rivas can survive. And looking at the layout here, I think this corner will be quite nice for that, because it will efficiently limit how many enemies can attack in one turn, at least on paper. Okay, Rivas' active is recharged. That means the Electro Priest needs to die, because being in melee with the shield drones means he wouldn't trigger the Overwatch and just immediately suppress Rivas again, which no bueno, señor. Good. I think Rivas now needs only one attack to get her active back, so that's great. Now I'm gonna suppress this batch of enemies. This should be a kill, good. And I think keeping Winged Prime alive for now will not hurt. That clock is not having a good time. I do hope Maugan can... probably can't. That means I need to relocate. There. And you know what, let's do this. Hide Winged Prime again. Good, that's one Electro Priest down. Another one, lovely. Perfect, so no more Electro Priests to worry about. Never mind. This should get the Electro Priest killed. Oh, the Tyrannid Hormagant goes for the same target as the Winged Prime. I didn't know that. I thought they just spawn in and then the AI decides what to attack again. Now what? This is a little suboptimal because with the suppression I cannot sneak both Maugan and Aleph to the other side, but then again I think the Electro Priest acted relatively late in the turn, so maybe he will not immediately suppress Aleph, not Aleph Rivas. Oh, that's weird. I thought the Electro Whip would have done the suppression. Huh. Did it get blocked by Rivas's drone and that would have avoided the damage and as such maybe prevented the suppression? Interesting. Okay, so how can I get some use out of Rivas's active now? Put her here in the corner. There, and now whatever comes here or here gets blapped. And I'm gonna call that good blapping. So now the active is recharged. And I wonder whether that was smart, because now they're on low ground. There's quite a few hexes from where they can get attacked. So yeah, let's prepare a few fake targets. Ow. Ow. Well, there aren't all that many ranged enemies here, so I may be able to tank like this. And I can also spawn more drones, even though that's probably not gonna help me further now. If Aleph could kill this Guitarius, then it might work, but I would need to first use Rivas's active and then kill the Skitarius. So if it's not gonna work, then it's not gonna work. Let's see what the damage is like. I think there will be a different enemy now. Okay. The damage is tankable, at least for now, which is good. So I'm gonna top both of them off like this and do this. Oh, come on, stop that. There, that was uncomfortable. Okay, time to do the bait out. it was a gamble, but it paid out real nicely, I'm gonna say. No. Ouch. I was trying to protect Aleph and almost lost Rivas. No, the Skitariuses really hurt from high ground, don't they? Nah. Oh, that very nearly was a very costly error. That block saved me. There. And after that bit of excitement, Beta 16 is done. I don't think I can clear Beta 17 at this rate, but I'm gonna try. So moving on. Okay, so Beta 17, and I think this is where this run with minimum 5 hits and no Psychers will end. I'm gonna hold in this corner with Aleph and Rivas in this position. But before I do that, I'm sure as hell gonna use my units to the most effect I can. This should be reasonably safe for walk. Okay, so Rivas is active now, needs a few more attacks or hits left to score kills, at least in the trench. Can't really blame her for that, I suppose. There, that's a kill. I'm gonna spawn this guy. There. Okay. That was a short-lived Tyranid warrior. And I don't have Rivas' active bag just yet. So let's suppress everything there. And there. Okay, the Skitari really hurt now, apparently. Can I get the Electro Priest killed somehow? I can soften him up. Oh, and now I can finish him off with the Winged Prime. Okay. And now how best to use Rivas is active. Winged Prime is gonna die, but like this maybe. I know that I didn't repair Rivas, but I think she will kill enough of them that it won't be strictly necessary just yet. Alright. Now. And the Electro Priest should burn off. Ow. Okay, they're dealing some serious damage here. No. If I drop Rivas is active from where Maugan is, then one of the drones will end up here, which I don't want because of this Electro Priest. Maugan will not be able to kill the Electro Priest from high ground, so that's a no-go. So I'm gonna do this, even though it will give me only one drone. Might as well do this. Didn't get as many attacks from Rivas as I hoped I would. That means she will not get her active back anytime soon, which is unfortunate. There. There. Okay, looks like attacking stationary is better than getting the plus 50% bonus for Maugon. Interesting. And here come the Electro Pricks. I'm somewhat worried about the Electro Priest's attacks from the high ground that's here. But the Skitari attacking from there will not be great either. So kinda damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Unsuppress Rivas. Hopefully score the kill to get at least some progress done. Alright. That was positively outcheered than I expected, and they even have just 1200 attack, but right, toxic 70% pierce. Makes sense. Anyway, looks like Aleph will have to survive on her relic now, pretty much. Oof! Scheiße! And yes, looks like Aleph is fine. But can Rivas actually score kills now? Looks like she can. Okay, that Tron Relic is really powerful. You probably want to upgrade it a little. Ooh, okay. But Rivas is still getting topped off every turn, that's great. But that prick is also getting topped off every turn. That's not great. A big crit chain, please. Just like that, thank you, game. Die, please. Ow! How the hell did that hurt so bad in high roll? Because RNG on attacks. Good blocks, more of that, please. Ow! Oof! Mamma mia! And Aleph still manages to heal that. Very nice. So, big crit chain, please. Then again, if the I forgot the name. Engine Seer needs to heal himself, then he will not attack Rivas, so that will also be fine. And alas, he does heal to full, so Rivas does need a big quick chain here. Oh, cool. So when he's above 50% health or something, he will not heal. So change of plans. Low roll on the first attack and then finish him off with the second. Okay, so about 20 minutes later, I reduced the number of engine sears from 5 to 2, and with the 3 hexes around the engine sear in the skill zone now, the situation kinda changed, because once the engine sear in range of Rivas gets damaged enough to need to heal, he will bail out and make room for an Electro Priest to arrive, and that presents another challenge, because the Electro Priest cleaving just deals enough damage for Aleph to not top herself off. So there is another risk that if too many Electro Priest attacks go through in a row, Aleph will be a gunner. So to solve that, I think it should be possible to just not attack the engine seer for a turn, and that should let Aleph regenerate. Ugh. Those hits are really dangerous. But at least the Electro Priests tend to die rather quickly, so there's that, and there are only 2 left now. That was a good block, so I'm gonna heal Aleph and just top Rivas off with Aleph's passive. And now, when push comes to shove, once the last Electro Priest is dead, I think I'm just gonna jump out of the gap with Rivas and use her active. Ugh, this is getting really ouchy, especially with the engines here doing this. Fuck! Well, that's not good. Well, shit. Okay. That just happened. Yeah, I'm gonna try again, but I'm not gonna record the whole run. And then either way, I will show beta 18, so be right back. Alright, so this is beta 18, and I just want to show the stage pretty much, because I don't think there will be much chance to clear this one if I couldn't reliably, I'm gonna say, clear the previous stage, because even the follow-up run failed in pretty much the same manner as what I have shown you already. Rivas just didn't manage to survive the transition after the last engine seer died, because she wasn't fully topped off to get the necessary damage done on Rivas, and Rivas needed healing on that turn. And Then she got hit by 2 Skitari and the Electro Priest that was adjacent to her in that run, as well as a cleave from the Electro Priest that took the hex of the dead Engine Seer, and this time it was actually the Engine Seer, and blew up, which screwed me up and failed that run. So I'm here only because I did accumulate the necessary, whatever that was, 51 total kills, and I can show you the stage. Now it may be possible to hold somewhere in the southeast, I'm gonna say. Southwest is probably dead because of being on the low ground, and already in the previous stage the Skitari dealt too much damage to tank and heal. See, they just shred Rivas here, like completely. So Adamantium 1 probably will not be enough, maybe Adamantium 2 will, but that's for the future runs. For now, I hope you enjoyed this showcase of the beta track, because it's officially over now, and I will finally get to continue with the gamma track and hopefully get Jane's Smithing Journey done there as well. So thank you for watching, Tacticians, and Kaurin out.